How was the weekend? Hare Krishna.
It was good, Prabhuji.
Hectic, Prabhuji.
Weekend is hectic, huh?
Yes.
My weekend was without a satsanga and with cold and fever, Prabhuji.
How is feeling now, Ashamataji?
Slightly better, Prabhuji.
Better, huh? Taken off from the school.
Yes, for 3 days, Prabhuji.
Okay, tomorrow also.
Tomorrow I will see. I may go.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire Nastapráyeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandha Madhavam Chaitanyamishwaram Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Samiti Namani Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padayani Gaura Kata Damadaya Nagara Gramatarini Hare Krishna Om Tassat. Welcome all for Bhagavatam discussion. One of the best thing we can do in our life to read Bhagavatam. So thank you all for joining and supporting us. Maybe just a request, especially the request for devotees from Mara Nagar. If you can call other devotees, we have another 15-20 devotees in Ara Nagar, but they're not seen here. So my request to Mariappan Prabhu, Asha Mataji and Archana Mataji, possible call them. Of course, others also can call. Just to inspire them to join Bhagavatam, possible, please.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Those who are not coming, please, one call per day. Who knows? Something will can change. Okay. Okay. So we'll read sloka number 12, right?
Correct, Prabhuji. Correct. 2.6.12.
Yeah. Anybody allocated this? Anyone allocated? You can read, otherwise anybody.
Not allocated, Prabhuji.
Okay, then go ahead. No problem. Somebody can
Okay.
read.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 6, Text 12, Canto 2. Dharmasya mama tubhyam cha kumaranam bhavasya cha कुमाराणां भावस्य च विज्ञानस्य च सत्वस्य परस्यत्मा parayanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Also, the consciousness of that great personality is the abode of religious principles, mine, yours, and those of the four bachelors Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, and Sananandana. That consciousness is
Sanandana.
also Sanandana. That consciousness is also the abode of truth and transcendental knowledge. May I continue, Prabhuji?
No, I'll just we'll discuss few points, then we'll move on to the next. So here Brahmaji is talking to Narada Muni. He says, Dharmasya mama tubhya cha kumaranam bhavasya. So he says the consciousness, dharma, Prabhupada translation, consciousness. If you see the word by word, it says dharmasya, the religious principles, or Prabhupada says consciousness, religious principles. So dharma means religious principles. So religion, Prabhupada defines religion is a process that teaches how to love God. Dharma, actually, Prabhupada explains that dharma means the nature of this particular soul or particular, entity for that matter. Prabhupada many times explains dharma of the water to be liquid, dharma of the fire to give heat and light, like that dharma. So dharmasya, what is dharma of the jiva? Jiva rasorpa nityara krishnadas, that is dharma. So like that, here Brahmaji is talking about the religious principles of great personalities. He says that you Narada, and me, and the four Kumaras, Sanata, Sanaka, Sanat Kumara, and Sanandana. These four Kumaras are also the abode of truth, the transcendental knowledge. That's how he says that. Vijnana, Vijnana. When Jnana is knowledge, Vijnana is realized knowledge. Like we get knowledge, but realization happens only when we really deeply meditate on that. Yesterday in our Bhagavad Gita class, we're discussing that. So anything what we read or study, we should be focused. Then that jnana can become vijnana. Because that jnana should go into my ears, from the ears it go into my heart. Heart transformation should happen. Otherwise, it will remain as a jnana. Because Divya Jnana Hridaya Prakashito says that Divya Jnana, it comes from the heart, not from the mind. Mind to end, the transformation of information, it's only information. That cannot happen transformation. We should always look for a transformation. Information will be there. The plenty of information is there. But if that doesn't transformation, that information has not much value. See, there are people maybe nice pronouncing the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Pronunciation is good, but renunciation should happen. That's the difference between, right? Information is good, but transformation should happen. That's why he says Vijnana. Vijnana is transformed, realized knowledge. Just not, information is realized. Realized means I have put in practice. Achar, prachar. I have to, what I practice only prachar. That's why information should become transformation. The pronunciation become renunciation. That's how the transformation should happen. So that's why Brahmaji says Tubhya means you, Kaumara means for Kumaras, and Vijnana means intelligence, Sattvasya means Chitta. So the whole practice is to, purify my Chitta. Chitta means consciousness. It is not the mind, it is not heart, it is not brain. It's a consciousness. You cannot find conscious in a body, but it's there. Because mind I can see, heart I can see, but consciousness I may not be able to see that, but consciousness is there. It's part of the soul. But that consciousness should change. That's why Prabhupada named International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I'm throughout my bhakti process, I'm purifying my chitta, the consciousness. That's what the whole process changes to happen. That's why Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, daily reading Bhagavad Gita, daily japa, meditation, all this happens to purify my conscience, because so many anarthas are loaded into my consciousness. over a period of time, many lifetime. So that has to be purified. That purification happens when we take up a Krishna consciousness. Okay. So uh, next, 13 to 16 is a big one. We can read together. Somebody can read.
I'll read Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Please. Well,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aham bhavam bhavaschaiva ta ime munyograjaha surasura naraha nagaha kagamriga sarishpraha gandharva apsaro yakshaha raksho bhuita ganograha पाशवपित्रः सिद्धः विद्याधारश्चरणद्रुमः अन्ये च विविधजीवा जलस्थलानवकषः ग्रह ग्रहक्षकेतवस्तारः तदितस्थानैतन्वः सर्वं पुरुष एवेदं भूतं भव्यं भवचयत् तेनेदम् आवृत्तं विश्वं वितस्थितम् अधिष्ठति. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Beginning from me, Brahma, down to you, and Baba, Shiva, all the great sages who were born before you, the demigods, the demons, the nagas, the human beings, the birds, the bees, as well as the reptiles, etc., and all phenomenal manifestations of the universe, namely the planets, stars, asteroids, luminaries, lightning, thunder, and the inhabitants of the different planetary systems, namely the Gandharvas, Apsaras, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutagnas, Urugas, and Pashus, Pitas, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and all other different varieties of living entities, including the birds, bees, trees, and everything that be, are all covered by the universal form of the Lord at all times, namely past, present, and future. Although he is transcendental to all of them, externally existing in a form not exceeding 9 inches. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his partial representation, measuring not more than 9 inches as Supersoul, expands by his potential energy in the shape of the universal form, which includes everything manifested in different varieties of organic and inorganic materials. The manifested varieties of the universe are therefore not different from the Lord, just as golden ornaments of different shapes and forms are non different from the original stock reserve of gold. In other words, the Lord is the supreme person who controls everything within the creation, and still he remains the supreme separate and identity, distinct from all manifested material creation. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.4 to 5, he is therefore said to be Yogeshwara. Everything rests on the potency of Lord Sri Krishna, and still the Lord is different from the transcendental to all such identities. In the Vedic Purusha Sukta of the Rig mantra, this is also confirmed. This philosophical truth of simultaneous oneness and difference was propounded by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is known as Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. Achintya Beda Beda Tattva, and Brahma, Narada, and all others are simultaneously one with the Lord and different from the Supreme Lord. We are all one with Him, just as the gold ornaments are one in equality with the stock gold. But the individual gold ornament is never equal in quantity with the stock gold. The stock gold is never exhausted, even if there are innumerable ornaments emanating from the stock, because the stock of Purnam is complete. Even if Purnam is deducted from the Purnam, still the supreme Purnam remains the same Purnam. The fact is inconceivable to our present imperfect senses. Lord Chaitanya therefore defined his theory of philosophy as achintya, inconceivable, and as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita as well as the Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya's theory of achintya Beda Beda Tattva is the perfect philosophy of the absolute truth. Yeah, kindly explain, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So Brahmaji is further talking to Narada, saying that beginning from me. So Brahmaji is the first living entity is created. That's where the whole creation starts. We all, explained earlier also. Mahavishnu, uh, when he breathes out, millions of Brahmanda comes. Each Brahmanda, he goes to the Garbhodaka Vishnu. From Garbhodaka Vishnu's navel, Brahmaji comes and the sprout of lotus. And from there, the creation starts. So he says, from me, Brahma, down to you, Narada, and Bhava, Lord Shiva, all the great sages, the Sapta Rishis are there, four Kumaras are there, all Devi Devatas are there, demons, Nagas, human beings. Now we all know that 84 lakhs, the different, kind of categories are given. 11 lakhs, 1, 20 lakhs, 1, 30 lakhs, 1, and finally the 4 lakhs of human beings. So it says all the birds, beasts, as well as reptile, etc., and all phenomenal manifestation of universes, namely planets, stars, asteroids, luminaries, lightnings, thunder, inhabitants of the different planetary systems, namely Gandharvas, Apsaras, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutaganas, Uragas, Pashus, Pitas, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and all other different varieties of living entities, including the birds, beasts, trees, everything that to be are all covered with universal form of the Lord, namely the past, present, future. Although He is transcendental, so Lord is there everywhere. Lord is there in everyone's heart, but at the same time, He is different. He's aloof. So Lord is there, at the same time, He's not there. Lord is there in Goloka. Lord is there in every jiva's heart also. So Prabhupada in the purport explains here. The personality Godhead, by his partial representation, measuring not more than 9 inches as a super soul. So, to be honest, I didn't know. I don't know what is 9 inches means. Maybe somebody knows. You can do some research and tell me. So, why 9 inches? I don't know. So, why it's mentioned specifically, not exceeding. Sloka also says eternally existing in the form not exceeding 9 inches. Says. So, where is that measurement comes? I don't know. Maybe somebody can please share. Share. So expands by the potential energy of the shape of the universal form. So we know the size of the soul is 1/10, 1/10,000 times the tip of the hair. That's mentioned. But the super soul, Paramatma's, is size mentioned 9 inches. So why, how that 9 inches soul remains? I'm not clear on that. Maybe somebody can help on that. So it says that the manifested varieties of universes therefore not different from the Lord. Whatever manifested from the Lord is not different. So Prabhupada gives example from the gold mine. Even if you take one particular gold, 1 gram of gold, it is gold. It has got all the qualities, but not in a quantity. Similarly, we are all part of the Lord. We are like a small particle of the gold from the gold mine. Krishna is that gold mine. Paramatma is that gold mine. But we have that qualities, but not in quantity. Prabhupada also gives example here, quoting from Bhagavad Gita 9.4 and 5. 9.4, Krishna says, by me, in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded, and all beings are in me, but I am not in them. So, all being in me, but I am not with them. He is there in Paramatma, but is not there because he is aloof. He is not attached to that. That's the difference. Similarly, in the fifth sloka, he says that yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is a very source of creation. That's how Krishna says. And this philosophy is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Is Bheda at the same time Abheda. So achintya means inconceivable. It is not been conceived or not possible to understand the ordinary brain, a little tiny brain. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives, because Lord is there, at the same time is not there. That's the point here. So, but the whole philosophy, you need to understand that he is always complete. Whatever we take out also is remain complete. Normally, if I have 10 bananas, if I remove one, it becomes 9. But here, Lord is not like that. He has always 100. Whatever I take still remains 100. That is Achintya Bheda Tattva. He never reduces. So that is the point here. So it's inconceivable because normal tiny brain, it cannot be understood. Srila Vishwanath Thakur explains that because Supreme Lord is possessor of the Maya Shakti, everything in this world is not different from him. This confirms the meaning of Purusha Sukta, Purnam Purnamidam, that's a, talks about that. And also he's quoting from Bhagavatam also 2.37. It says, now Purusha Ivedam Sarvam, Lord is everything in the universe. That's how he explains that. Okay. This illustrates the Purusha Sukta line as a Sabhumi Sarvataha Spritha Athyavashita Dasha Gulam. The touching the earth universe is extended himself beyond the 10 fingers. And Bhumina means Vishwam in context. That's how he explains that. Okay. We'll read one more sloka before ending. Anyone, please? Anyone, please?
Can
Yes.
Asha Mataji or Mariappan Prabhu will read.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
I can read. 2.6.17 Swadishnyam Pratapan Prano Bahis Sa Pratapi Achau Yevam Rajam Pratapams Tapati Andar Bahis Bahiha
Bahir
Buma
Puman.
Bahiha Puman. Translation
Swadishnaya pratapam prano bahischa pratapati ashu evam virajam pratapam tapati antarbahim puman.
Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada Ke Jai.
Bhagavad ki jai.
Translation: the sun illuminates both internally and externally by expanding its radiation. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by expanding his universal form, maintains everything in the creation both internally and externally. Purport: the universal form of the Lord, or the impersonal feature of Lord, known as the Brahmajyoti, is clearly explained here and compared to the radiation of the sun. The sunshine may expand all over the universe, but the source of the sunshine, namely the sun planet or the deity known as Surya Narayana, is the basis of such radiation. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is the basis of the impersonal Brahmajyoti radiation or the impersonal feature of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14.27. So the universal form of the Lord is the secondary imagination of the impersonal form of the Lord. But the primary form of the Lord is Shyam Sundara, with two hands playing on his eternal flute. 75% of the expansive radiation of the Lord is manifested in the spiritual sky, Tripad Vibhuti, and 25% of his impersonal radiation
Personal
comprehends
relation.
is personal radiation comprehends the entire expansion of the material universe. This is also explained and stated in the Bhagavad Gita 10.42. Thus, the 75% expansion of his radiation is called his internal energy, whereas the 25% expansion is called the external energy. That that
Tadasa Shakti.
Tatastha Shakti, and they are at liberty to live in either the energies external or internal. Those who live within the spiritual expansion of the Lord are called the liberated souls, whereas the residents of the external expansion are called the conditioned souls. We can just make an estimate of the number of the residents of the internal expansions in comparison with the number of residents in the external energy, and may easily conclude that the liberated souls are far more numerous than the conditioned souls. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So Brahmaji further talking. He's saying that the sun illuminates both internally and externally by expanding its radiation. Similarly, the Supreme Personality Godhead, by expanding its universal form, maintains everything in the creation, both internally and externally. So we all know that sun's radiation, the sun is not a kind of a fire. It is a personality. Prabhupada says Surya Narayana is a god who his body, the radiation comes. Similarly, Supreme Lord's body, radiation, the light comes, Brahma Jyoti. That so effulgent, 75% in the spiritual world, 25% in the material world. That's how the division happens. So Brahma Jyoti comes. So Prabhupada, quoting from Bhagavad Gita 1427 translation, he says, "And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal and imperishable and eternal, and his constitutional position is ultimate happiness." So he says that impersonal Brahman is also my energy, and but it is immortal and imperishable, because whatever coming from the Lord is kind of immortal and same time imperishable, and he says that is the source of ultimate happiness. And also Prabhupada quoting from 1042. 1042 says, "But what the need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe." So what is the Lord concluding here? That with a single small energy, I pervade all this creation, spiritual and material, and I maintain, I destroy, and annihilate. I create everything I do with my own energy. So Prabhupada talks about three kinds of energies: internal energy, external energy, and marginal energy. Internal energy is especially the internal potency or Radharani. External energy is Maya, Durga, and Jiva is marginal energy, Tadasa Shakti. Prabhupada says Tadasa Shakti is marginal. So marginal means we have option to go that side or this side, both. Like for example, if I am standing in the shore of a river, I have option to go into the water or come out of it. Similarly, the Jiva has got option to serve Maya or serve Krishna, or external energy or internal energy. But it's a choice is given to us. But the intelligent Jiva takes up the right choice to serve Krishna, so that we go back home, back to Godhead. So Prabhupada says that those who are live within the spiritual expansion of the Lord, called liberated souls or Mukta Jiva, or whereas the residents of external expansion called conditioned soul or Baddha Jiva. So generally I am called Baddha Jiva because I'm conditioned. I'm conditioned this body. I'm conditioned to this, particular nature. That's why I'm Baddha Jiva. I'm conditioned soul. Whereas the great acharyas, great personal, they're called liberated souls. They are liberated. They are Mukta Jiva. So that's the difference we understand. Finally, Prabhupada says that the residents in the external energy may easily conclude that the liberated souls are far more numerous than conditioned souls. So the liberated souls are much more than a conditioned souls. This is the point we need to understand. Generally, we say that, no, how many people are taken up Krishna consciousness, taken up bhakti? Very small. But the liberated souls are much more than conditioned souls. What does it mean? The liberated souls not only here this material world, liberated souls are there in different planets. Some of the planets full of liberated souls. That's why the number of liberated souls are much more than the conditioned souls. Conditioned souls are majority in the material world, not in spiritual world. Spiritual world, everybody is liberated souls. That's why the number is heavy. We'll stop here. Devotees can share their comments. You want to start? Uma Shankar Babu, want to start?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
I'm not able to hear properly. There are some internet connection issues at my place, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Sorry. Only thing I could understand that in spiritual world, everybody is liberated. Last sentence we told.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing. So we should try to get back to Godhead, Prabhuji. That's it.
Sudhavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, I have one doubt. We have two options. You said whether to serve Durga or to serve Krishna. But on one context, Krishna will ask Durga Devi to come on earth so that many people will serve her. I mean, many people will call her under name Durga, and so many names you have given also. So if that is the case, then what could be the reason, Prabhuji, why he will ask Durga Devi to come on earth and people will serve her and all that? There must be some other reason, I thought so. So
First, this material world is considered as a prison. And Durga Devi is a jailer or the controller of the prison. Her job is to, like in a prison, the superintendent of the prison is his job is to make sure that those who are in the prison or the sinners are gone through the punishment and they get purified. They released back to the real world after they go through the punishment. Similarly, the Durga Devi's job is that we are all in that perspective the sinners. So Durga Devi is getting purifying us or getting punished, and we are realizing our difficulties, sins, and so that we don't do sin again. So that perspective, Durga Devi is engaging us in a different activities so that we get purified. But doesn't mean that we should serve Durga or serve Maya. She is also telling that to serve Krishna. So her job is
okay,
also,
Prabhuji.
hope you understand, right? So
Yes, Prabhuji.
she is also telling us to serve Krishna. So, but just take for example, simple example. Suppose at home you have kids and you appointed a maid. When you go out, tell the maid you take care of the kids. Let them do the homework properly. Let them do this. Let them eat and sleep right time. And if the children doesn't eat properly, maid may take a stick and eat because father told or mother told. She may take a stick and told child, eat it now, or go and sleep, don't play out, enough. So same like Durga will do that. So it doesn't mean that we should worship maid. I mean, I'm not comparing Durga to maid. I'm not just giving an analogy only. Don't take that meaning. The point is that Krishna has told that every jiva should come back to me. So you should ensure that they understand, they realize their mistake, they should correct themselves, they come back. That's what Durga doing. So some people worship Durga, but Durga in turn worship Krishna. So in that perspective, even if you worship Durga or any devatas, Krishna says abhidhi purvakam, because instead of eating directly, you are eating like this. Because whatever offered to Durga, Durga will offer to Krishna only.
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji.
that is the point. Okay. Hope that
Yes,
makes
Prabhuji.
sense.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Who else?
And I have checked in Google. You said like, you know,
9 inches, huh?
God. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, 1 second.
Sorry, I didn't do the analysis of that before.
No, it is given in Google only.
Mhm.
Like I'll just read out 1 second, Prabhuji. It is in text. Which text, Prabhuji?
Just previous one. So, 16.
16. Okay. Meanwhile, I think someone can, summarize this. I will tell you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Next, who want to read? Sorry, share their comments. The sloka is the bigger sloka, 13 to 16, that last question. Mariappan Prabhu, your comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
2.6.12 Dharma, religious principles, Dharma of Jiva, and then four Kumaras, Jnana, knowledge, Vijnana, knowledge must induce the transformation in heart, put in practice. Chitta, that is consciousness, is part of the soul, and throughout devotion, one must purify the consciousness. And 13 to 16, Brahma is the first living entity. Then comes Narada, Shiva, and sages, all phenomenal manifestation of the universe. Lord is there and not there, present in every heart, and gold ornament is from gold mine, which is not exhaustible. Gold mine is here compared to Supreme Lord, Achintya, inconceivable, and Achintya Beda, Abeda, Lord is never reduced, and for the limited knowledge of jivas, it is very difficult to understand. And Brahma Jyoti is emanating from the body of Supreme Lord. Brahman energy is external energy, Brahman energy, and then internal energy, external energy, marginal energy are the Tadastha Shakti, are the energies of Lord, and Jiva is the Tadastha Shakti of Lord, and the choice of continuing in conditioned environment or intelligent souls can get liberated, go back home, back to Godhead. That much I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhuji,
Mataji, yeah.
yes, it is given in the Google. This phrase refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, acting as a super soul in Gaudiya Vaishnava theology, specifically described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And as a super soul, the Lord resides within the heart of every living entity in an eternal spiritual form, measuring not more than 9 inches, while simultaneously being transcendental to and distinct from the entire material universal form. Location and size. The super soul is situated within the heart of all living entities with a distinct form described as a span of the thumb or 9 inches. Prabhuji.
Yeah, I understood the thumb size I heard, but 9 inches, okay. So maybe it's mentioned Bhagavatam, so we'll accept it, 9 inches.
Actually, they said thumb to the little finger. That span they said, Prabhuji, in this
Mm.
when they told briefly. Yeah.
So only the question may arise, yes, there are living entities very small, for example, ant. No, there also Paramatma is there, right? So
Yes,
what is the
Prabhuji.
size of the Paramatma there?
So
Or
probably the span at max of from thumb to little finger can be any size between. Don't
so the maximum size is thumb.
Yes,
Maximum
it's
size
not
is
more
9 inches.
than is. So the
Ah.
highest, the biggest one, the jiva will not have more than 9 inches.
9 months. Okay.
So not more than.
Okay. The smallest jiva will have very small size.
Yeah, proportionately.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Yes. Saurav Prabhu, did you say anything? Lakshmi Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Asha Mataji, able to speak?
Not much, Prabhuji. Thank you for the
Thank
class.
you. Thank you. Anybody else? Ramesh Prabhu or Archana Mataji, could say anything? Okay, we'll stop here. We'll see you tomorrow. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha ananta koti vaishnavvrinda ki jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Possible, please call others, those who are not coming. Please request them to join. Please send a request, during the day so that everybody remembers. I know people may forget. Maybe Asha Mataji on a Sunday group or a satsang group. Please request them join.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. I'll stop here. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.